Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of our Tech Tuesday videos. Today's video is going to be all about Kahoot, but we're going to go beyond the basics. So everybody knows, well almost everyone should know, in general what Kahoot is. Kahoot is a website that has taken traditional classroom review, traditional content review, and added a gamification piece to it. I think most teachers are using Kahoot, at least in terms of content review, where they're finding games for the kids to play and they're playing. Some of you are creating your own Kahoots, and some of you maybe even taking it further than that. But today I'm going to show you some of the more advanced features, per se, that you can look at with Kahoot, and some ways to use Kahoot that might make a little bit more difference, a little more engaging and an impactful meaning to your lessons. So we're going to go ahead and open up Kahoot. You can see I'm already in. Great thing about Kahoot is that it is free. You just use your email address to create your account. They do offer paid features, paid versions as well, but you can get by with the free account just fine, and I've experienced no real issues with it. So you can see here that I'm logged in. What you have, this is the main page, the Discover page when you log in. But we're going to look at beyond just searching for a Kahoot today. We're going to move into creating Kahoots and some things that you can do inside of that. So in order to do that, you go to the Create button over on the right-hand side of the screen. We'll go ahead and create it. And here's where I want to talk about some of the things that you can do that you may not have known about, right? So you can do the traditional quizzes feature where students choose from multiple answers. There's only one correct answer and they get points. They don't get points for it based on how you're doing it. A new one is Jumble. So this is one of Kahoot's newer games that you can create. And so the way Jumble works is students have to actually drag the answer choices in the correct order. So, if it's A, B, C, D, they have to move A, B, C, D to get it in the right order. These work really, really well with math-based Kahoots, where you're trying to figure out what operations need to be done to an equation to make it work, from step 1 to step 4, or if you are learning about, you could do it with sentence structure, you could do it with all sorts of other things. Timelines work really well with the Jumble feature. Really kind of sky's the limit with that. And then another one is Survey. So Survey allows you to gather their opinions without actually having to do points per se. What you would do is you put your questions up, multiple questions, and then they can choose the answer choice that best fits the question. No points, no scoring to it, just a downloadable result for you at the end of it. So those are the two extra things that you might not have seen before in Kahoot, or if you did see it, maybe you didn't understand exactly what it was. I'm not going to go deep into detail with them just because it takes a little bit of time to set them up. If you have questions about it or you're unsure when you start playing with it, reach out to me and I'd be glad to help you in a more one-to-one setting. But the second piece of this that I want to show you, we'll exit out of here, is, so again, we're on the Discover page when we first log in. So this is where we can search for Kahoots about specific things. The second one we click on is Actual Kahoots, and this is the Kahoots that we have or the ones we've saved, and these are all our Kahoots. Again, you'll see all this here, but it's not exactly what I want to show you. What I want to show you is next to that, reports. So reports are an awesome feature of Kahoot that I don't think a lot of teachers utilize. What you see here is these are all the Kahoots that you have had played on your account. You can see I've done several with mine because this is a pretty popular one for teachers. When I come to the class, we usually do Kahoots with the kids. But what we have here is I can download the results of these Kahoots. Like I can download the results of the subtraction with regrouping, right? So if I click download, it will download it for me in the bottom. You can see it here. So then I can open it. Downloads as an Excel sheet. I can click on it, open it up. Allow. But I open it up down here, and you can see now I have a report generated out of my Kahoot that I did. So I can see the total correct answers, 71%, total incorrect answers, 28%. So the average score was this, and so now I can see, all right, so this was played with 19 players, played 11 out of 20 questions. So I did have, I will be honest in this one, so a few of them had to leave midway through, so we have some weird data. So you might have that if you have situations where they leave. But I can look at final scores. Here's the kids. Here's all the correct answers they got. I can look at question summaries, and it gives us a nice visual of what the kids did across the board. We can look at specific questions, but you can see that there's lots of options, and we can do all that through downloading. Clicking on the three dots on the right-hand side of an option shows you either a play again feature or a save feature. So you can also save this to your Google Drive, which is another great thing, especially if you're playing this from your ViewSonic all the time and you don't want to save things to your ViewSonic. You can save it to your Google Drive to open later on your desktop. So that is another great feature of Kahoot that I think doesn't get used a whole lot, and something that definitely is worth pushing forward with you guys. One of the last things I want to show you, if we go back to the main screen here, is that there are lots of pre-made ones done for you guys. There's always the top picks, different collections powered by different people, history, English, ELA. So lots of stuff that you can always go look at yourself. You know, most of you probably already figured out you can, when you search for Kahoots, you can set filters in. So if I want to find a Kahoot about, let's just say Harry Potter. So I search, but now I want to make sure the Harry Potter one that I did is appropriate to my subject. So we'll do English, and we'll make sure, let's do literature and drama, and let's filter our level. I only want like 5th graders doing it, and I hit apply. So now I have a subject and a level. And so here we have some filtered Kahoots based on our new search criteria. Another feature off to the right-hand side, this question mark, you have your help section if you need help, the blog, the library, certification if you actually want to be a Kahoot certified teacher. Pretty cool. But I'm going to look at the blog for a second just to show you guys. Of course, I had a pop-up block. So we're going to go ahead and allow pop-up blocks from here. So go ahead and hit the blog. Pops up with the blog for Kahoot, and it shows you some things that other teachers are doing to give you ideas on how to better integrate Kahoot. Because I mean, I'm always going to have good ideas for you guys, but it's other teachers who do this on a day-to-day basis who are going to have the best ideas for you, and those are the ones you want to learn from. So that's a pretty cool piece to this. I know Kahoot, everybody should know about Kahoot. If you don't know about Kahoot, definitely reach out to me. I'll explain it in more detail for you. But I thought maybe this video could serve as kind of an introduction to some of the more advanced features of Kahoot you might not be doing. If you have any questions, like I said, reach out to me, reach out to Gerald. We both love talking about Kahoot. Reach out to your fellow teachers. Find somebody who's using Kahoot really, really well in a classroom, and reach out and see what their strategies are. But that's going to be it for our video today. We'll be back next week with another Tech Tuesday video for you. Hope you have a great rest of whatever day it is when you watch this video, and go Eagles.